Good evening, everyone. Heavy winds couldn't deter race fans this afternoon. Today concluded 3 days of pro racing over at the Bark River International Speedway. Let's go to the 1600 buggy race as Jeff Pakinski jumps out into front, and yesterday's winner Mark Steinhardt is way in back, and runner-up Bark River's Brad Erickson makes it to second. Now Erickson tries an inside move, but he can't stick it as he currently just stays in second. He wants to win that one, doesn't want to be runner-up once again after the whole shot. It's a 3-car race for first, and here's where experience kicks in, folks. Now Erickson tries to go outside, but Steinhardt will make his move inside and finally pass Pakinski as Erickson charges to second, and that's where it would stay as Steinhardt has a 7-8 car lead as he wins comfortably to take the win. Erickson is second and Pakinski is third. Over to Superstock truck racing, and green flag is signaled, and Escanaba's Danny Beauchamp makes a nice inside move to take the early lead, and it looked like he had the victory in sight, but just before the competition yellow flag right here, he kind of slows down, and unfortunately for him, he would have to later pull off the track because of motor problems. And on the whole shot, this is where Nick Bing jumps out into front, taking advantage now that Beauchamp is gone, and Don Demeny, who was yesterday's winner, is right behind him as they move for the turn. Demeny tries to pass Bing, but he just can't figure out how to do so as Bing takes the checkered flag. Don Demeny is second, and youngster Gatlin Keener, in his 3rd race ever, finishes 3rd. Very impressive. Moving on to the Traxxas Pro Light Racing, Iron River's Nick Baumgartner in car number 12 jumps out to an early lead, and he wants to do better than he did yesterday, but his lead will be very short-lived as CJ Greaves makes the inside turn, now ahead of Keegan Kincaid and Sean Morris, and Baumgartner would find himself playing catch-up rest of the way, unfortunately, and after the whole shot, Greaves, Morris, and Kincaid still in the lead, but Wilson's Mark Kleiman in the yellow truck fighting for a top 6 spot alongside Baumgartner, who would fall to 4th, and with a lap to go, Kincaid and Morris collide, and Kincaid will take advantage, but in the end, it was CJ Greaves out in front, and he will win the Pro Light once again. Keegan Kincaid and Sean Morris round out the top 3. Baumgartner would go 4th, Mark Kleiman 8th, and Scott Beauchamp from Escanaba will be in last, and that's not the last you will hear of CJ Greaves, because, guys, he's in the next race against Felch's Chad Horde in the Pro 2-wheel drive race. Felch's Chad Horde looking to make some noise here, wants to make it to the podium, and takes a leaping lead into the first couple of laps, but watch out because CJ Greaves is pulling in close. Youngster knows how to drive. On the next turn, it was getting kind of close, but Horde would have to pull off the track because of problems to his car as well, and Greaves will take the lead again, and followed by veteran Rob McCagran, who was yesterday's winner, and Brian Menzies. Now Menzies had to pull off as well, but he is now gaining some ground. Now McCagran would finish first yesterday, trying to take the lead, and that's the closest he will get as Greaves takes the victory. Rob McCagran will take second, Brian Menzies will take third, and with this victory, Greaves will set a new record. He talked about what happened on the track.
Yeah, you know, we came out here in Pro Light earlier, started 6th, came back for back-to-back wins in Pro Light, then came out in Pro 2, started 5th right next to Rob Mack, and we picked him off one by one and came out on top. It's amazing. I mean, I won everything I could today. Now I'm going up to spot for my dad to hope he wins too.
Greaves set a record winning back-to-back Traxxas Pro Light truck races while placing second during yesterday's Pro 2-wheel drive and capturing today's victory. Congrats to him. Now, these last pro races concluded a great 3 days of pro racing at Bark International Speedway. In American Legion Baseball, the Newberry Warriors and Marquette Blues met for their 2nd straight doubleheader. Game 1, first inning, Newberry's Derek Marsh connects with a single to center field. Mitchell Edison tries to advance from 1st to 3rd, but there he is, and he gets tagged out. Now, earlier, Edison had an RBI single, so it was 1-0 Warriors. Bottom of the 1st, Marquette's Hunter Larson gets the Blues on the board with this base knock to right field. Game is tied at 1 when Ryan Walters touches the home plate. Now, Newberry responds in the top of the 2nd. Leadoff batter Dustin Brown had a couple runners on base, and he slices this ball up to right, and the wind's blowing toward right field, and Colton Wiggins just can't get there in time. Jagger McCudden scores, and moments later, Mitchell Wilson does the same on the triple. So now it's 3-1 Newberry. But don't worry, the Blues are not discouraged. Bottom of the 2nd, Levi Underwood will find the outfield with this grounder, and that will score Derek Stone as Marquette is within 1 at 3-2. There he is scoring, and same inning, couple batters later and bases loaded for Ryan Hansen. He will get a fly ball to right, boom, that goes away, and the wind is playing tricks again as Lowenleifers just looks like he's playing a game of Twister out there as Hunter Larson runs home from first base as the Blues jump out 5-3. McKinley Larson smacks a double to make the score 6-3, and that's where the game will stay. Heading over to our website at uppermichigansource.com.
All right.
Yes, a lot of scores today. Also in soccer, the Wave 96 Select U17 girls won the Green Bay International Invitational, so congrats to them. And in Game 5 of the NBA Finals, San Antonio won 114-104 at home to get this to 3-2 in the series. So they'll go for the win.
Looking forward to Game 6. Do you have any predictions?
You know, it's in Miami, so it might be tough for San Antonio to win, but I think I have them winning.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, Lily. Coming up, we'll have your final story.